President Biden's re-election campaign kicking off at a snail's pace. Axios is reporting when it comes to staffing and events, it's already months behind where Barack Obama's 2012 re-election bid was at the very same point. The president was barely visible during his 2020 campaign, which ran largely from his basement. Yeah, we can't all fit in there. A Washington Post column suggests it's all part of his strategy and that the joke is on the media. Here's a quote. "We all know why the 80-year-old president doesn't do a lot of news conferences or one-on-one interviews that might put him on the spot. Even in his prime, Biden had a runaway mouth. His prime far in the past, Biden's rambling asides and meandering musings have only gotten worse." That's the end of the quote. The president's defenders insist it's all good.
Joe Biden is agile, is capable.
Let's not forget, more Americans voted for this president than any other president in history.
People are on fire for the Biden-Harris ticket.
Polls will go up, polls will go down, but what won't change are the facts.
Oh, let's get into the facts. Tyrus, Fox News contributor.
Agile campaign.
You don't think the president's agile?
No, I don't even think he's slow. And it's just, but he doesn't have to run. You can run his campaign with two people. Don't vote Trump. That's what he's running on. MAGA's evil. Don't need a whole lot for that. So there isn't going to be a big push. This is it. This is what we see is what we're going to get. He's not doing interviews, and they'll just run clips of the evil empire that is MAGA. That's his campaign. There's no, Barack had to run. He had to beat Romney. He had things that he had to put in the people's mind to vote. But this administration is simple. Just don't vote for Trump. And that's his campaign slogan.
Wow. By the way, I check every morning, and at the top of the show, it was 37% approval for this president on Gallup today. And you think he doesn't have anything against him? The polls are now showing at least 28% for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Marianne Williamson. I mean, if they get to a third of the vote, he might have to come at least up the stairs on the base.
I think Abe Lincoln could get some momentum against this current administration. I really do. And, you know, we'd have to do a lot of cloning and whatnot to get there. But the bottom line is the same. They're not concerned with polling. They're not concerned with what's going on. I call it the crack a few eggs administration. Some bad things happen to the American people. They just don't care because their only goal is we just got to beat President Trump.
They better watch out for that polling because it may indicate people will just stay
home. And what if it isn't President Trump?
We're
what are they going to do?
Democrats who say, well, I'll just stay home. Yeah. Let me get to this. It may make your point for you. President Biden raising some eyebrows with this from an event that marked the Muslim holiday Eid al-Fitr.
Thank you for serving. I'm not kidding. You want to come and make a speech? Hush up, boy, as my mother would say.
Oh, and he blamed that racist trope on his mom.
Well, was it his Puerto Rican mom or was it his white mom? We got to make sure we got the right one because he was raised by different factions. He could get confused.
Depending on which audience.
Yeah. But,
so it's not the first time that he's spoken that way. Here's another example. You may remember.
I'm here with my senior advisor and boy who knows Louisiana very, very well, man. And New Orleans, and Cedric Richmond.
Tyrus.
You know, and maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I think when the President of the United States addresses you, unless you're an actual 3-year-old little boy, you should probably get your name and be mentioned as man. Being called a boy by anyone at any time is unacceptable, especially from the free leader. But I understand he didn't remember his name. But we've accepted this. Well, I haven't, but the mainstream media has accepted this because if President Trump or anyone, Mitt Romney, anyone.
If anybody else.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy this boy Tyrus is here today to talk.
Yeah.
We would have had a misunderstanding in that building.
If anybody else said this besides him, and it was like he told Charlemagne the God, you're not really black if you don't vote for him. Biden said that. I mean, he only sees us, people of color. He tells us what he sees.
Yeah, he
puts a bolo out for us. I'm looking for a black woman for this job. Be on the lookout for. Come on, he's got to start to clean this up. And the fact that many in the mainstream media don't put pressure on him, they are fomenting this bigotry. Okay. It's not acceptable.
Cause and effect. Who's causing him to change this behavior?
Nobody.
Nobody. Is there anyone of color on his administration that says, you know what, I'm sitting the day out. I don't like those words he used. Where's the press secretary? Where's Kamala? Where's anyone to say, hey, I don't accept that. So if it's not coming from his own party, why would he change? Because no grown person is going to call me boy and just smile and walk away with it. Wouldn't accept that 1 second anyway.
Called a senior advisor that.
Yeah.
All right, let's move. The Navy is taking some new woke steps to boost recruitment. They've hired an active duty drag queen to be its first digital ambassador in hopes of attracting more young people to serve. Joshua Kelly, whose stage name is Harpy Daniels, made the announcement last fall in a social media post. A senior naval official tells Fox News Kelly was chosen as one of the Navy's 5 digital ambassadors to try to show a Gen Z recruiting audience that they can serve with honor and also have private interests. The Navy wants to boost its size to nearly 350,000 officers and enlisted sailors by next year. That's a boost from the current 341,000 serving in fiscal 2023. Tyrus, excuse me. Oh, no.
Anyone that wants to support serving in our military branches, I'm all for it. When you're sending messages, if this is one of 5 and you want to reach out to all different walks of life in this country and anyone can serve, and that's the message, I'm fine with it. But it just seems that these woke ambassadors always seem to miss the mark. You're recruiting people to serve in this country, to go to overseas, to possibly give their life for their country. I think it should be a little more serious in terms of what they're getting into. Because there's not going to be a lot of time for dressing up and stuff when you're digging a foxhole.
Well, no, we all wear camo. Otherwise, you'll get shot.
Exactly.
I mean, you got to blend in. China loves this, though.
Yeah, it's not first world
They're watching because
issues.
their bottom line is America won't be ready when it needs to be because they're focused on the wrong stuff.
Well, they're saying it now.
Or adjacent stuff. We won't call it wrong because for some people it feels right. But when you're on the battlefield, there's only one right.
There is no dress up on the battlefield. There's none of that stuff.
Good to see you.
Always
Thank
a
you.
pleasure.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.